So, episode 18 of our Curse of Strahd campaign, and we just took down some form of giant spider that was perpetrating darkness across the forest, according to dryads. Is that about right?
That sounds about right.
Yeah.
Almost TPK'd.
Yeah, we're fine. Then you guys, you walked around for a little bit. Chad found some. Hauser found some uncut gems. Then you wrenched some purple magicy gems out of the walls. Broke a few of them. Unfortunate.
Not going to talk about where you're storing those.
And then you guys were ready to leave. So, anything else you wanted to do in the cave before you head back up?
Aside from the gems, like search the. We were talking about this off camera, but like we never find any treasure, like actual gold Strahd bucks. I'm like, can I search the cave? Like maybe somebody's in there, but girl spiders.
I thought we did search all the places.
Yeah, I think you got it right now. You.
Hauser found a silver pocket watch.
Maybe there's no mint in.
Yeah.
And so
this is true.
They just use credit notes.
You have 7 uncut diamonds, 3 uncut rubies, and 2 uncut sapphires.
You should save the diamonds.
Ooh.
For Sean.
All right, so let's see here.
Bring you back to death. Bring you back to life next time you die.
Riven by diamonds.
7 diamonds. That?
You should save the diamonds for Sean so that next time you die, he can bring you back to life.
Yeah. All right, it was 7 diamonds. What else?
3 rubies and 2 sapphires.
Okay.
Were there more gems that we could have extracted from that cave?
Yeah.
Well, why don't we go back and extract them? We got nothing else to do.
Yeah. Are you gonna get your pickaxes and your mining tools?
Well, allow me to produce those from my. Oh wait.
Right.
Is that what you keep up there?
You can have a look and see what you can get. So do me an investigation, perception.
Sure.
Yeah.
What are we doing?
You're trying to find more diamonds.
Yeah, mine's not very good.
Yeah, so
you say investigation or perception?
Either or, whichever one you want to use. So between the two of you, you find a couple of areas in the rock where it's harder now that the glow from the crystals that you found isn't there anymore. So Theseus is having to cast white a little bit for you. But there is a little bit more you can try and work them out of the stone and stuff like that. So do you want to take a jeweler's tools kit this time, Chad?
Yes. Yes, I do.
If you do so, when you select it, you'll be able to select dexterity and then roll from there.
Okay. Uh-huh.
You can get another. Roll me a d4.
4.
Okay. You get another 2 rubies.
Ooh. All right. I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Mine them with the earthquake spell.
If you cast that, you could probably get a hell of a lot more stuff from in there. Yeah. Right.
Yeah, you'll get all the rocks from the ceiling.
If you want to use your dwarven heritage, Adara, or Vesserin's dwarven heritage, you can probably tell that this would be a seam.
Yeah. Well, I'd use gaseous form first and then let off earthquake.
Yeah.
He's just
So,
saying he's got options.
yeah, that's all right. It's all right. Turning my phone onto silent, so when Sean messages me, it doesn't beep for everyone else. Just let him know I've started, and he can just jump in whenever. Yeah, so once you guys are ready, you can start making your way back to climb out of the hole. See if your rope is still there.
Sure. Well, that, and we'll not be uncautious in that we'll continue to check for traps. And
I'm pretty sure you stumbled across literally every trap in the dungeon.
Well, yeah, until we didn't, right? So we'll take our time and work our way out. Just make sure that we didn't miss any traps on the way in.
Yeah.
Because our characters don't know that.
Okay. I know. No, I'm just
Let
laughing.
Theseus lead the way.
I'm just laughing at you because you literally like found every trap, even after you'd like had no reason to stand on them. You still managed to find that last one. So, but as you climb up, who's going up first?
I will.
Okay. So, Adara, as you get to the top and start scrambling your way out of the pit, you see a finely dressed gentleman leaning against the big pillar.
Oh, come on. Really?
Really?
Fuck.
Let's see the rest of you make your way up. Strad von Zarovich takes a step towards you all. You managed to keep my beloved alive, I see.
It's like the police. Just don't talk to the police. They can't use it again.
I was ready to say something like name, rank, and serial number. Can I go?
Yeah. So
she's alive.
He'll make space for you to all like get out of the spider's web part of it if you like. He's hanging around the stone, pretty casual looking. Do you want to take a perception checks?
I don't know if I want to even come close to getting close to that guy. Are you kidding me?
Who is this one? Who rolled the 21? That'd be Chade.
That's me.
Yep. So, Hauser, you notice that there is a sword at his waist that wasn't there the last time you saw him. Last time he didn't have any weapons on him at all.
He's come armed. Oh no.
First of all, I keep thinking to myself,
oh guys, this was a great campaign.
Why would Strahd need to come armed for anything?
I'll move people up. So he looks over at Arena and says to her, so you're set on this path with these brigands? She looks at the four of you and says that they're protecting me from you. I don't know why you have this infatuation, but I just want to live my life. So he'll step forwards and draw the sword from his belt.
Oh crap.
And say, well, if you're insistent, I would very much appreciate it if you took this and offers it hilt first to Arena.
Ooh.
What?
He's brought her a sword.
I assumed he was just going to jam that down our throats.
So
I thought he was going to kill the four of us and take her.
That's where I was going with it.
So she looks at you all.
The decision is yours, young lady.
Oof. be cautious about it.
Very.
It's so after the obvious pause in her, he says that it will serve you far better than that little trinket you have there. It is a magical sword.
I'd hope so.
That someday she's going to use to stab him in the face.
He
Boy.
tells you exactly what it does.
Oh,
Ooh. No mystery. Ooh.
nice name.
Heart Seeker.
Nice. Very good.
Yeah. So,
Relic of one of your previous victims.
I wrought this blade and the enchantments on it with my own hands. You could say I've had the time.
How touching.
Also probably means it doesn't damage him, like, at all.
Yeah, why would you make a weapon that would hurt yourself?
Right?
Oh, so she takes a step forwards, but still looks back at you guys for some guidance. You know, what do you think? Can we trust him?
I'm gonna be like, I don't know.
It's not a
I'm
question
not-
of can we trust him. It's do you trust him?
Yes. He's
She'll
not here for us.
I would
she
assume
will
this. You've given her this for her own defense, since you feel like perhaps
you
her destiny is. I don't know,
there were moments in the past few hours where I was a little bit concerned for her safety. I expected better of you all.
We've done our best to
whilst
keep
there
her
are,
safe.
he gives you a scathing look. He says to her, whilst I can protect you from a lot of the things you'll find in my lands, there are certain things that even my will can't control.
Good to know.
I mean, I would say that he's not going to give her something that's going to kill her. So, I mean, I believe he does have her best interests in mind here, as obviously he's saying we're shit.
I don't know that it's her best interest, but her survival.
Yeah. It's more like his
Yeah.
best interest that she stays alive. There's a difference.
Well, yeah. Yeah, that's kind of what I meant.
Yeah. Yeah, so she'll take the sword. Oh.
Hopefully it just doesn't start making her bitey.
Hopefully
No.
it doesn't start her.
I hope that it serves you well, my love. And then he will. We'll go with this one. Turn to a bat and fly away.
Which
Best
power
one
am
shoots
I
him
gonna
down.
use? Oh yes, that's a great idea.
He buggered off.
Yeah, no, that always started off like a good idea. Now we got to keep an eye on her.
No, it's gone.
When we get back,
What do you think we were supposed to be doing this whole time?
when we get
Well,
back, to
more of
camp,
an eye on her now.
we'll use some divination magic on it and see if there's some enchantments beyond what he told us.
Sounds good.
That sounds like a good idea.
Right?
So she'll
should we?
we'll add this to Irina's character sheet and we'll be good to go.
I think so.
All right. Should we head back to the Dryads?
Yes.
Yep.
I'm still wary about all of this. I can't help but taking note that, like, he didn't necessarily care that we killed that thing.
Right.
at all.
Did we have a visit?
So it might have been competition.
Oh, yeah, hi,
Maybe.
Sean. You just had a conversation with Strad.
Somehow don't think so. I think he's playing the nice guy card now.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Yeah. So
He's still
whatever.
trying to win her over.
Yeah. So use his gifts against him.
So I'll just show Sean
Yeah.
as well, just so we can see. Strad just gave Arena this sword.
Looks like a toothpick you stab olives with.
Yeah. Did you see the stats on it?
No. Oh, let's see. Wow.
Yes.
Pretty nice.
Yes.
Yeah. Strahd made it himself.
Because he's had plenty of time on his hands.
Well, I wonder which one of us will be impaled by it first.
Well, swords don't bite people, so it won't be me.
Okay, so you are making your way back across the land towards the Dryad encampments again.
Sure.
Correct.
Yes.
So, as you reach the tree line, you see the windmill in the distance on the top of a hill,
Our
and
windmill.
the forest behind it. Just figured that's a better picture than the
Nice.
one I showed you last time, so you know.
The entire breakdown of it, yeah.
It's a good picture, though. I like that.
Yeah.
It's pretty.
It's crooked.
It's
Oh.
old.
Well, we give the windmill a wide berth.
Yeah, you can go pretty much like to the left of it, like where I'm measuring now. You guys can see that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because you're aiming back on like Veserin's got his preferred movement through woods and stuff, so he knows which way you've got to go.
Mhm.
He
Sure,
can
and we're
lead you
returning
on.
the way we came, right? So
Yeah.
we should be reasonably familiar with the way.
Yep.
About the other thing he's good at.
Hey,
What?
So,
I have
Yeah.
feelings too.
it's
One of the two of you was unconscious last week.
it's probably going to get dark before you hit the wood line because you spent some extra time mining.
That's fine. We have light.
Are you gonna push
but-
on to get within the woods, or are you gonna camp in the open?
No, we'll just make our way back. Like, how much from the edge of the woods? How far is it to the Druid Ring?
6
Vesserin,
miles, over.
you reckon you've got another like 2 hours after dark?
I think that we can easily navigate the forest in 2 hours. We got lots of light, right? So that's not the issue.
Yeah. All right, Vesserin, roll me 2 survival checks with advantage.
Oh, God.
Survive. Hold on now. I've got advantage here, so this should be at least beneficial.
Well, that was awesome.
And the second. Come on, you can do it. I believe in you.
Okay.
Not bad.
Yeah, those are better.
Okay. That's
Can't help it. My first roll was shit.
I'll put the book away then. It's all right, you know.
I don't know. I thought we were going to farm up some more XP.
You're already level 5. It's it. We're done now.
Yeah,
You can fight Strahd now. 2 attacks
right
each.
into Strahd's castle.
Okay, so
I'm so excited for that.
as you start working your way through the forest, you don't perceive any like voices and like same strangeness that you felt last time.
Druids or the Dryads are sleeping.
Really quick question. Did we have a long rest anytime in this?
Not yet.
Okay.
Like we'll probably take care of that once we get to the safety of the circle.
Yeah, just letting you know I have one healing spell left.
Yep. We will keep that duly noted.
I think we took that short rest. Everybody's nearly full hit points, right?
Yeah, people topped up, yeah.
Yeah. Hoping we ain't going to encounter much on our way through the woods.
No, especially with us blasting light out. Right? Most of the stuff that you find in the forest at night will just bugger off.
Yeah, okay. So, I will put you guys on the map so you'll be able to see. Eventually.
We could just cast light on each person, and that would radiate pretty bright.
Until we try to look at each other and blind
I
ourselves.
was just going to say it might be blinding for the person.
Arena's got a new look as well. I forgot to show you all.
Put it on your hand and then hold it up under your chin and go, I am the leprechaun.
Okay, so let's drag you across. There you go.
Nice.
Wait,
So-
was that her old JPEG or the old one, or did you find that somewhere else and add that?
I just found a new one. I figured that while she's going to be sticking around and, not having the generic one might make you guys care about it a little bit more,
Maybe. Might make her like a real person.
Care about her more. What, you said we don't care about her already? I mean,
I think that's what he's intimating, yeah.
Oh, that's what Strad's intimating, man. I just wasn't to die.
oh,
He did throw some shade on that. He absolutely did.
I mean, did she go down to 0 hit points?
Maybe.
Not really.
I did.
Seems deserved.
So then by that standard, then nobody gives a shit about me either.
Arena was already unconscious. I'm sure she would have tried to save you.
Oh, see?
Okay.
Wow.
So, what's the plan?
Well, there's the circle we need to be in, right?
Yeah, I think we should just get into the circle.
Yeah.
Okay, so Arena will go in, and once she's in the circle, she'll draw both of her rapiers and just sit on the floor and admire her new one compared to her old one.
Man, this thing's super light, fast, feels stabby.
Let's try entering the circle.
Yeah, let's try entering the circle and calling out to the dryads and see if they respond.
And getting to the
Waiting
middle of the circle.
for something to stop us. Ranger, you coming or what?
No, he's just staying back there.
Oh, sorry.
It's alright. Well,
For some reason,
Don't cry to us when you're dead.
when a
I'm
vampire,
dragging and
when
there
a
we go.
You
vampire
dropping
turns up,
0
just,
hit points. Yeah.
when a vampire just charms you.
I was dragging and dropping and it wasn't going anywhere.
Okay. So, what's everyone doing tonight? Downtime activities,
Hey,
long rest.
I will take a watch, and during my watch, I will use my jeweler's tools to cut some gems.
Yeah.
When I'm taking my watch, I'm going to make my attempt to make my own arrows because I found out that I should have been saying that every single downtime and wasn't.
Yeah.
Or we could just wait until we get to town and you could just buy a bunch.
Yeah, with all your gold. With all your gold, veteran. Tell them how much gold you've got, you pauper.
Boom! Uno! 1 gold piece.
Buying all of those meat pies.
I know, right?
Yep.
Hey, priorities, man.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm still convinced that they're going to take from us because that's what the curse is.
Okay, so let's have a look. So who's on the first watch?
I'll take first.
Okay. Well, roll me a. Let's have a look. What do you have? Okay, so
What
I
can
will.
kill you with?
I will let you roll a survival check with disadvantage.
Okay. What's disadvantaging me? Just out of
So
curiosity.
if we're taking the lower of the
Lower?
2 dice.
No. I know what that means. I was asking why it was
Hey!
happening. Oh, fuck.
So
Rolled a 1.
you're using your herbalism kit to make arrows.
Oh, that's what I'm doing. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, apparently that doesn't work. All right, I'm all right with that.
Yeah.
You suck.
So you're looking around, and it seems like all of these trees are like still fresh growth and stuff like that. And given that there's probably dryads sleeping inside of them, you're like, maybe I won't go and start trying to, cut wood down now. But you do find some dry stuff, but you've got to leave it to dry for a little while and stuff like that. So
All right,
you
that
can
works.
you start the process, but you don't have any arrows today.
That's fine. I'm comfortable with that. I was afraid that I just got my entire party killed because I rolled a 1.
No, that's fine.
You suck.
Okay, who's next?
I'll go next.
Okay, so what do you want to work on first? A diamond, a ruby,
I
or
got
a
different
sapphire?
kinds of.
In fact, I'll tell you what, Chad. For what we're going to do for the first one is you take me a jeweler's kit check using. Where are we? Yeah, you do it with your intelligence this time. You're going to try and appraise the diamonds. Oh, well,
Okay.
appraise the gems just to try and get a rough idea of what it should be. Yeah,
That's what a
okay.
dice roll looks like.
So you go through, and your sapphires are pretty good. Like, you think that some of these diamonds are actually really, really nice. So you got like
Okay.
three of them are worth like at least 250 gold each if you can like get the right cuts on them.
hmm
Then 2 of them would be worth between like 500 and 1,000 gold, depending on where your test lands on those ones.
Okay.
And there'd be 2 more which you think you could get them. Like, by the time you've cut them at the right angles to make them into proper formed gems, by any of the standard jeweler's cuts, they'd probably only be worth between like 50 and 100.
Okay.
The rubies, you think you could probably do a decent enough, quite a quick job on those, and they'd be worth like 50 each.
Okay.
And then the sapphires are pretty nice. Like, they'd be the quickest things to do, and you'd be able to get like 50 to 100 for them both once they're done.
All right. Probably go ahead and start with the 2 sapphires. Those are going to be the quickest.
Okay, give me 1 jeweler's tools check with dexterity.
Right, jeweler's tools. Oops, wrong button. And dexterity.
Yeah,
Okay.
So you get one of them done, and like you think it's probably between like 10 gold and like 15 gold by the time you've got it all sparkly and nice. But that takes you most of your watch to do that one.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Probably should get some sleep if that's going to be my watch then.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then who's next? Anyone?
Well, somebody.
Arena can take the last watch.
Okay. Dara, I'm assuming you want to do your own thing.
I'm just gonna sleep.
Okay, you're just resting, not trying to do any of your research list.
No, I mean we've walked all day. I haven't
Yeah.
had a long rest. I'm just gonna cast alarm and then go back to sleep and let her take the last watch.
Okay. Yeah. Well, she's going to pay attention. And
then her cursed sword activates, and she starts stabbing somebody.
then she came out. She came out blazing. Then so just as it's getting to be like the turn of the sun starts to kind of crest over trees and offer what little light it can, she wakes you all up with a cry of alarm.
Ooh.
Oh, crap.
And then everyone take a perception check.
Perception.
Oh, you see Theseus and Adara follow Arena's like gestures, and you kind of see a ghostly apparition walking through the forest away from you. And it's
Oh, lovely.
just all like gaunt features, but you see it kind of like it doesn't walk around the trees and stuff. It seems to be following some path that isn't there anymore. Fades through some of the trees and continues on its way.
Does it incorporeal?
It seems to be like
I would
just
assume so,
walking
yeah.
through the trees and stuff. Yeah, from like you having to like work your way around the stones to kind of keep your eye on it. But I'm assuming you're trying to not leave the stone circle. So
That would
Yeah,
be a
no,
good
I'd
idea
like to
not to
stay-
leave.
Does
Yeah,
she
I'd like to stay
recognize-
inside that circle, please.
sorry, Greg, what was that?
Does she recognize it?
No, it just she says, yeah, I saw something, and then it kind of came out of that tree over there, and that's when I screamed and woke you all up. But it looks
Okay.
like it didn't come this way. She will. Let's do a test for her to see if she remembers anything about those. No, she's got no idea.
Not a clue.
Are any of the dryads moving?
Yeah, that's what I was about ready to ask.
No, not yet. No dryads around yet.
I'm going to go back to sleep.
Okay. You know it's about time to be. You may be up like 45 minutes earlier, but if you want to go back to sleep for extra 45 minutes, that's fine.
Hey, gotta be sharp-minded for my prayers.
Okay.
That he does.
So once the sun is fully up, you do get a sense of movement from some of the trees around you. And you start seeing some of the dryads coming out of the trees.
Curious if they're already aware of the fact of what we've done.
Was anything special said to get the one out of the tree that we're by?
Not that you remember.
Alright, they are approaching.
Yeah. You hear them talking to each other.
I don't speak Dryad, so that doesn't help.
You do not understand the language. You recognize it as the language they were talking earlier in the day before. 2 nights before. But
Someone understood it, didn't they?
It was
no.
Sylvan, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Good morning. We have.
What language are you speaking?
I'm going to start off in Elvish.
Okay.
I figure that's a good start.
Yeah. So this one here, I'll respond to you. You have returned. Your weariness seems to have faded, we hope.
It has, and we have vanquished the darkness that resided in that cave.
We shall awake the Ancient One. And then
Excellent.
she comes
I'm
through.
looking forward to it.
They all gather around the big tree, and the men hear that it's growing around. And yeah, she pops out, top of the morning to you.
What was morning to you? Nobody steals me Lucky Charms.
Now you're being racist.
Oh.
I wasn't trying. It's the top of the morning. I went right down to the next conclusions.
You see a ancient form stretching out and the creaking of old wood, and she steps towards you all. Says,
"Oh, nice.
The task is complete.
The task is complete. The darkness has been vanquished.
Yeah. But we will uphold our end of our agreement. Step forward.
Stepping up.
I'll move you then. It's all right.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
I thought we were theater of the
Remember
mind.
we got these tokens?
Yeah, I thought we were more theater of the mind at this juncture.
It's all right. And then we will cast. There you go.
Ooh.
The curse you didn't even know that you had has been lifted. Lesserin.
Neat. She can't give me an intimation as to which curse that was, can't you?
Curse of not being able to hit anything. I just think it's funny that he had a curse and he had no idea.
Ancient what curse is it that you removed?
There was some malign influence over him.
Yeah.
Its reach has been severed now.
Yeah, but what was the cause of it?
He's not going to tell you because then you won't eat those pastries anymore.
Yeah, right.
Some form of bargain was struck.
I don't recall striking any bargains. Do you? You've all been
There's
with
pastries
me here.
for a bargain.
Yeah, I did. I did, didn't I?
Only I've been saying this entire time it was those pastries.
Yeah, but I thought that was a joke.
What the hell, man? Really?
Apparently.
Not always joking about everything.
You seem to be cleared of its effects now.
Excellent. Why, thank you.
Was it really a bad curse, though?
That would be something you'd have to ask your elven friend here.
I didn't notice
Right.
any effects of it at all, so could have been too
But
bad.
there's a chance we found it early.
Yeah, that's what I'm going with.
These things are usually best not left to linger and fester.
I agree completely.
If you see a blight,
He's
you
completely cleared.
should cut it out.
Yes, I agree completely.
Ooh.
I am thankful.
So, anything else you require? Any further bargains to be struck?
Oh,
Mm.
well, keeping in mind, I thought we were helping you as well. So the question becomes: is there anything else that you need?
There is times for us to take stock of our hopefully regaining strength. If you return this way in the future, we may have more tasks that can be performed, more services we would need. But as of right now, our efforts will be concentrated upon reclaiming the forest to the east.
Understood.
So then we should probably head to that town to the north.
Yeah, that's the you're not high enough to get the next fetch quest level. Come back later.
If you want to be insistent, she'll tell you more stuff. Fine.
No. I am teasing. I am completely teasing.
Yeah, I mean, we've already gone off the rails how far? I mean,
Perhaps now's the time for you to dispose of the rest of those pastries.
Yeah, I think that might be a wise decision.
Wait a
I'm not
minute.
going to toss
Besides
them
Ed,
to
who
you.
else ate pastries?
Cockfur.
Wasn't somebody else? Oh, he's not here
Yeah,
anymore. Okay.
he's not.
I was going to say, other
Funny
than
how
Ed, was there anybody else who ate them?
No.
I
No
trusted
one at
that
all.
old lady.
Oh, yeah, you trusted the creepy old lady who seems to be able to move at like super fast speeds because there's no other way she can get that cart around like she does.
Well, I didn't know that before.
Okay. You guys want to do
In
anything
real
else
life,
in the
do you
morning?
take free pastries from creepy old women?
Maybe.
Look, man, if someone
It's
comes up
not a
offering old
surprise.
pastries, you don't ask questions.
Right, exactly. I mean, patience is patient. How do you? When we live in a world where we can't trust Kate, now come on.
Yeah,
There's just something wrong with that.
and that's why you need to hit the gym every so often.
Every other day, but yes.
Okay.
All right, let's head to the
I
town.
think we've killed enough time on this one.
We want to ask her about the
We
ghost.
derailed enough.
Ooh, yeah, probably not a bad idea.
Oh, that's a
Yeah,
good point.
we witnessed a apparition traveling through the circle, through the edge of the circle, like less than an hour ago.
Oh, there are many elements of evil that even the barrier stones on the edge of the forest can't contain.
Ooh,
Did any of your compatriots witness it?
She'll turn and start speaking to the other dryad. Just the sound of a wind blowing, she'll turn back to you all, say, they were aware of its passing.
but that's it.
Do you know anything of it? Like,
Just
Is it be wary or leery of?
It would certainly present dangers to a reckless traveler. There are wandering spirits who haven't yet found a home. The cycle doesn't always continue as it should, as that place of darkness that you've destroyed was a nexus of that kind of thing.
Makes sense.
Sounds like not much concern there. Shall we head on?
Yeah, the souls and spirits of the inhabitants of a valley don't always rest easy, and when there is a release of the nexus of power, sometimes they are freed to find new hosts and new homes and begin their cycles again.
Oh, goody.
If any of them could cook or clean, that might be cheaper than our current situation on taking care of our home. All right, to the north.
To the north.
Okay. Right, so you're heading back into the map, so let's go over there. And should be able to get there by lunchtime. Pretty easy.
Cool.
So as you are leaving and walking through the woods, Arena will approach Adara and ask about your magical abilities and where you
Ooh.
learned them.
I served as an apprentice with a master.
Okay. And then she will
Stab you in the face.
no. She'll ask you about casting Firebolt and how you did your master have to show you how to do it, or was it just something you felt like you could do?
Yeah, well, I think as a wizard, right? Yeah, I felt the energy, but I needed the master's help to focus it.
Okay. So
I had to
then,
learn the words, right? I had to I felt the energy. I needed to learn to recite the incantation appropriately.
okay. So then she will gesture at a rocky outcropping. It's got some vines and a little bit of underbush growing on it. And she'll do she basically copies what you recognize to be the hand gestures that you'd use, and then does that. You cast.
Ooh.
Interesting.
You know,
I assume
as
that
one
her
does.
more closely related to a sorcerer than a wizard, right? Doesn't have a spell book, or she just naturally.
She's over the last few days since traveling with you all, she felt this power building within her, and it's not something she could do before.
Right.
So it's just something brand new.
As long as she points that in the proper direction.
But now, yeah, now there's more focus to it.
I
So does
think
she have to
Nice.
actually like cast it, like know the incantation, but she just retains it rather than it being scribed in a book. That's what I'm saying. She's more of a sorcerer than a wizard, right?
Yeah, she doesn't have a spell book or anything like that.
Right. But like for
Yeah.
her to learn new spells, we can teach her the incantation.
She has no idea.
Well,
Yeah.
that's what I say. I said, you know,
Yeah.
if you learn new
That's what
spells,
he said. That's
my
how it's
repertoire
going to work.
is extremely limited. But I'm more than happy to share what magic I know with you.
Okay. So she will. She thanks you, and says that if she thinks of anything else, she'll
Well,
seek
I'll write
for
it.
it. And
I'll write the incantation, like the actual so-called like words you would speak for shield.
Yeah.
And I'll give it to her, and she can practice.
Okay.
So I think, yeah. I mean, the somatic for it is pretty straightforward, but the verbal is probably a little bit more complicated. So she
She's
can practice.
multi-classing.
That's probably the most useful spell for you, if you were to learn a spell.
She says that she will. She'll study it, and you see her like looking at it. And do you show her like the gestures and stuff like that, or
Yeah.
So she
Well,
like
yeah, shield, you just put your hand out, like act it like a shield, right? It increases a force shield in front of it. So I don't know that there's a huge amount.
like not have to like Doctor Strange it, and yeah, no, that's fine. Like she's pretty attentive and seems interested.
I would imagine like first level spells are not particularly involved, right? More a matter of getting the intonation right. So, like I said,
Yeah.
I'll write it out for her, and then she can practice using the words. I'm like, as long as you don't mix it with the gesture, you should be fine to repeat the words until you feel comfortable with them, and the spell won't go off by itself.
Okay. Yep. She seems happy with that.
Okay.
Um,
I fire magic missiles at her. See if it works.
Oh, dear. I'm assuming you don't do that.
No.
But within like 2 minutes of showing her how it should work. Yep. Strad turns up. Okay. Then after that, so just before like Vesrin, you feel like you need to take me a survival check.
I do. I feel that strong urge.
Yep. So you make pretty like better time than you would have thought, and it's not long before you are approaching the edge of the forest, and you see the road winding off from your right to your left,
Oh,
and you see a walled town of Valaki.
that's
With ravens.
Nice.
Yeah, I say. Good sized town.
Mm-hmm.
You
It's only
do.
taken a month of real time, but we're here.
No.
So what value of diamonds do you need for Revivify, Sean?
I think they're either 500 or 1,000. I can't remember.
It's
Really?
300.
Revivify, okay.
Yeah, diamond worth 300.
So you're pretty sure, then, obviously, assuming that Halzar is sharing all of that information, that you'd be able to get. Like, basically, the two that were worth between 500 and 1,000, you could effectively give him those now, and they would work. And then you've got three which after you've, depending on how good a job you do at cutting them, could be worth between 250 and 500. So that'll be based on your skill. Obviously, it's up to
Okay.
you. Like, if you can do a good job of cutting one of those two, it'll be worth 1,000. So then it's up to you whether you'd rather have a diamond worth 1,000 gold or a diamond that can be used to cast Revivify.
Well, I'm just like, so there's obviously going to be a jewel crafter in town here. It might be worth our while to have them cut it to specific, right? Rather than if we get one that's like 250.
Depends on what they charge.
Yeah, I was just gonna say.
Hmm?
Depends on what they charge.
Depends on what they charge.
Yeah.
And you're making an assumption that there's a jewel cutter here.
Wow, this is the largest town in the valley. If
Hmm,
there is
that's
one,
true.
if there's one to be had, it's going to be here, right?
That is a fair point.
We enter the town.
I'm
No.
ready.
Yeah, you've not made a road yet. You just saw it in the distance. Come on.
Let us continue on.
Yeah. As you arrive on the road, you want to take the Vesserin, take a perception check, seeing as you're presumably in the front.
I agree.
Yeah, you definitely see a caravan being pulled by a single draft horse, and then there's another cart behind it, and you use your elven eyes to perceive a young man sat on the riding seat, and just it's like a blue tarpaulin hanging over, covering him from the sun as he's leading his caravan along the road.
Would he appear to be of the Vistani persuasion?
No, it's a different type. This one looks more like a merchant caravan. So it attached. It's one big caravan, and attached to the back of it is another cart filled with goods as well.
Ooh. There's a guy in a cart here, just serving those. I'm making sure to relay that information.
Yeah, so as he points it out, it becomes pretty obvious. Like it rounds the bend, starts coming down the hill, and is an easier spot for the rest of you.
Shall we approach him to see what he has, or
Why not?
should we ignore him?
So as you draw closer, you recognize this person driving the cart,
Ah.
which means I can now show you this, and it won't ruin anything.
I'm trying to figure out why that would have ruined something.
Because it's got his name.
Because the name of the caravan on it.
Oh, gotcha. I didn't even take a look at that. I'm looking at the picture, I'm looking for details in the picture. Like, ooh, what am I missing?
The name.
The name. That's what I'm missing.
It's that guy you don't like, Ed.
I'm aware. He's macking on our person that lives in our house.
Your housekeeper.
Yeah, he's macking on the help. That's what he's doing.
Are you jealous? Is that the reason, or?
No, I'm more suspicious than anything else.
So
Yeah.
are you all like, are you making any efforts to conceal yourselves, or just like stood at the side of the road as he's leading the caravan towards you all?
I don't think there's any reason to conceal ourselves.
Where have we met him before?
He was stood outside of your house talking to Esmeralda when you returned.
Oh, right. Okay.
I am needed for a moment. Just give me one.
This is the guy who paid our taxes.
It is. I'm needed for a moment. Just give me one moment. Continue on.
No, we'll wait. Fine.
Yeah, I'll be back in 2.
Yep. Ablutions break.
Sure, this dude's name isn't Cartman.
Pardon?
Guy's name is not Cartman.
It's alright. He's got a cart filled with tradable goods. Be awesome. What could possibly go wrong? Maybe
Could
he's
go
in
wrong. Oh, the thief could start stealing shit.
maybe he's in the market for some like griffin beaks or some griffin claws or some griffin feathers.
I have them all written down.
Maybe. I know, because I went
Some
through
sapphires?
looking at. I know exactly how much of everything you all have because I double checked to make sure I can price everything just above your, just out of reach. Oh.
A jerk.
I am indeed. I'm also going to remind Sean what scrolls he has in his possession that he could potentially sell. Because Sean has got a scroll of protection from poison, a bless scroll, and a spiritual weapon scroll. Obviously, he doesn't really need a spiritual weapon scroll anymore. I feel like a moment has passed for your protection from poison scroll to be really, really useful.
Oh, you can always throw more face spiders at us.
I could, but I feel like fighting the boss of all spiders is probably a good time. And then bless is probably worth keeping, maybe. I don't know.
Well, it saves you a spell slot.
Yeah.
In
But
fact,
if the stuff you
might as well keep it because at some point you need to cure poison. Why would you want to use your own spell slot? You could just cast it off the scroll.
depends what stuff there is in this shop that you really, really want.
Yeah. Cleric scrolls never made a lot of sense.
And like Arena's got a rapier she can sell now. Doesn't need a crappy old one.
Oh, I thought you meant the new one.
I feel like that would not go down well.
Really? That would be the epic diss, I think. That would be meme worthy.
You don't need Strahd to show up in the middle of the night being like, what's this shit? You sold this? Oh, he's gone to get a buck.
I'm just looking how much it costs for a rapier. I think it's like 12 gold or something. Or 8 gold. In the player's handbook. So, I was going to say, I don't know if a rapier would have been better for Hauser before he got his +1 short sword.
It's probably too big for him. Be a pole arm in the hand.
A rapier / Zweihander.
Back in the good old days where halfling armor and weapons cost less because they use less material.
Right. If you were in a halfling village, they'd cost less because they'd be plentiful. But like they should cost less, but they're rarer, so we know we can charge more.
I'm back.
Still waiting on Ed.
So a rapier's 25 gold compared to a short sword's 10.
Ooh.
It is a 1d8 piercing instead of a 1d6 piercing. So you can always, you've got a +1 short sword now, so it's a choice between D6 +1 with a +1 to hit, or the trading up to the D8 damage die.
I think I'll take my chances with the short sword.
Yeah.
Having that +1 is definite advantage. Although I recently cut a sapphire worth 10 to 15 gold, so
You did.
yeah, I might do some shopping.
You are, even if that's only worth 10 gold, you are almost 20 times richer than Vesserin is.
Looks like I came in at the right time.
I can buy and sell your ass.
I mean,
Wasted
a
all your
cheap
money
horse.
on there, Ed.
I did.
buying pies.
On cursed pies.
Yep.
no less. I thought that I was establishing a relationship with a sub character
Oh.
that may come in
Well,
handy
apparently
later.
you
I
were,
was
but
wrong.
not the way that you expected.
What did you
Yeah,
do
no,
with your sweet pastries anyway?
Dumped him in the creek.
Yep.
Did you dump them in the circle, or did you
Nope.
wait? Okay. Sounds good.
Yeah, nice. We
Could have kept them and sold them to this guy.
Oof.
That may have been bad.
I mean, did you agree to a deal to distribute them? Did you give your solemn word to a sweet old lady?
I did, who apparently cursed me with them. I think
Oh,
whenever you establish a curse, I think that voids the deal.
better buy a duck.
A duck.
Yeah, so when we run into her, we see whether or not she weighs the same as a duck.
He weighs as much.
Yep.
okay.
It did
so-
distribute them amongst the forest.
She weighs the same
Okay.
as a duck. She's a witch. She's burn.
Burn her.
We didn't burn her.
Keep out aside from witches, more witches.
She turned me into a newt, but I got better.
I got better.
Okay, so as you are approaching, Vasily will pull a wagon over to one side, say, "Oh, hail, friends! It's strange to see folks such yourselves here. You left Barovia days ago."
Sorry, I'm eating my ice cream.
Yeah.
We did. We got a little sidetracked, but we've arrived.
Oh,
Such is the life of adventurers.
adventurers, is it? It's a
Well, forest in the middle of a haunted land.
who looks around, gives you a knowing look. A haunted land, you say?
Yeah.
Yes.
You wouldn't have anything to do that with that, would you?
I just but a humble merchant. Can I interest you in any of my wares?
I don't know. What do you got here?
Oh, you see his smile broaden, giving him the opportunity to talk about himself and his stuff. Oh, he is in. Oh, I've got wonders that you would not believe, my friends. I've got spices. I've got potions. I've got weapons beyond compare. What was that, Greg? Sorry?
Do you have taters, precious?
Oh,
Taters? Taters, precious? What's
I
taters?
do indeed have some potatoes, but they are unfortunately prepared for my lunch. You know, the stopping outside the gates for the before the weekend's sales begin.
Everybody's got a price. I'm just saying.
What kind of merchant is this? He's not going to sell his lunch.
So,
I know, right?
so he's actually down from his cart now, and he's like opening up the sides, and as you look in, you see lots of
Yeah.
peculiar accoutrements and different beads and bangles, and it looks like the tackiest gift shop you've ever been into on a vacation, with just but from every vacation you've ever been in jammed into one place.
Hmm.
So little statues and hand carvings and like woven bags, and
If they don't have a singing fish on the wall, then I ain't buying it.
You said he has beads, right?
he does have beads and bangles and necklaces.
Bastard, you might be in luck. Let's just hope he has the right beads for you.
Maybe.
That one's about yay big on a string. He's not getting it.
Oh no,
We just moved on. It's fine.
Yeah, I'm just
No.
trying to play clean here.
Oh, okay.
So, is there anything in particular you're looking for?
He mentioned weapons. What type of weapons does he sell?
You see, if I take a perception check.
Everybody or just Ed?
Well, everyone who's having a look.
Alright.
Oh, Ed. Oh, Ed. Ed. You see, whilst you're looking for stuff, you see
Ha ha ha.
something that looks like this.
Hopefully it's a pair of glasses because he needs them.
Wait, am I in the wrong screen here? Maybe I
Maybe.
was.
Maybe.
Yeah, I was. You see something that looks like this.
Ooh,
Whilst you're having
those
a
look
look
familiar.
around, you
Those look
see
familiar.
you see a nice quiver. It's got some green fabric dressing around it and some gilded metal around the side. And then you see like this nice bow, and you see some swords of various sizes, a big axe, hammers, all kinds.
You had me at bracers, good sir. Although they look
Okay.
oddly familiar, as if I've seen them before. So my guess is that guy sold off his family heirloom.
So this is the left arm. The other guy.
Oh! It's the other one. It's the matching one. Yeah, that works.
Do you want to break his heart now, Chris, or we gonna keep playing him along here?
Oh no!
Are you asking about the braces?
How much gold do you have, Ed?
I could kill this guy and take everything. I have no love for this man. None.
He paid our taxes for us. Come on.
Yeah, I don't.
So what was that?
You're a thief. Put these in your pocket.
In his wagon, you're looking up like into his wagon. You can see these braces hanging on the wall.
Bracers, bow, quiver. I guess I'm going, I've obviously probably stopped and went, and I'm just going to gander for a little bit.
Yeah.
So, and ask her, who is this guy?
A Vasily. He's been to town a few times. He tends to arrive and maybe a couple of times a year, and just has weird and wonderful things to sell, and he's always been charming and nice to me.
A couple of times a year, you say?
Yeah. Who else?
Means
so, Chad, you would see lots of different bags. Bags. Little pouches and money bags and things that seem like they've got stuff in them and things like that. see jewelry. It's a jewelry.
Interesting.
He's got the mystery bags for you.
Yeah, like
Yeah. Grab bag.
like, no, what kind of things are you looking for?
I'm just browsing. I'm kind of curious to see what all he has. And
he's quite happy to let you browse. He doesn't want. He's not a pushy salesman at all. You know, he's kind of standoffish. He's letting you like peruse.
mystery bags.
He looks over at Adara. You've got the look of alchemy about you. Any potions you may need?
Not now.
He gestures, and you see a wide array of different vials on his shelves. Different coloured liquids. Oh, I've picked these up in different places and of different people in times of need. You know, sometimes they need money for upcoming bills or repairs, and I've never been short for money myself, so I've acquired them from hereabouts. I'm not much of an enchanter myself, but I do have ways of finding out what all of these things do.
I take it none of these things have like a price tag on them.
No, if you have to ask it, you can't afford it.
You already know he can't afford it.
Yeah, I know. I want to know how much I can't afford it by.
Well, ask about something.
These bracers look interesting. I feel like I've seen a set similar to these before.
Oh, these are a new addition to my collection. I picked
Are
them
they
up
now?
this last week from a fellow in Barovia. He said he'd not had much luck on his latest hunts, and unfortunately that terror Rahadin was coming, and it's better to lose an heirloom than a family member. So I helped him where I could.
What's the nice and polite way to ask how much?
How much do you want for the bracers?
Yeah. What were you looking to get for the bracers?
The braces. Well, I'd be looking for some kind of return on investment, obviously.
Of course.
But, make a persuasion check. See how we open.
Oh, Jesus.
Well,
yeah.
Seeing as they've not sat for too long, I'll be willing to have a quick turnaround on them. I could probably offer you them for maybe 300 gold.
Yeah, that's what I thought he was going to say.
It was going to be 500, but you rolled a 21, so
I have nothing remotely close to offer in trade.
You have your soul.
Yeah, well, I kind of like that.
Says it's.
You can always do him some.
It seems like it's been well used.
Yeah, yes.
You can always do him some favors behind the wagon.
Hey, shut up. You don't think I'm debating that? Like, wait a minute. And how would I find you when assuming that they stuck around? How would I be able to find you?
Oh, this price is just to save me having to go through the hassle of trying to sell them at the upcoming festivals. Obviously, I can't hold this price for you. It's no rain checks. But if they're still here, I'll be in Vakili for at least the next week to 10 days, depending on what the next couple of festivals that buffoon has got planned. I'll I may stomach 2 weekends here.
All right, so that gives me basically 2 weeks to come up with 300 gold, or kill the guy
Oh,
and take everything.
that was the price right now. He
Yeah,
said.
I know.
So after right now, they probably go up in price, back up to like 5.
I'm fully well aware.
Pretty good braces,
Yeah.
Ed, I'm just gonna say.
I gather that it's not my fault. We've never gotten any gold in treasure. Period.
I mean, I'm just set point. So let's add up how much you have in diamonds.
This is true.
It's not my fault you let Chad hold them all.
How much will he give us for these griffin parts?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I've got a couple of griffin feathers, but that's not going to be sufficient.
Wow. I have a bunch.
Griffins, you say? Oh.
Mhm.
I could probably stretch to for everything, Greg.
Yeah.
They'll give you 100 gold for it all.
Strip some of that. I take it I can't gamble away one of you to release one of those diamonds.
So I've got
There's only
those three
only
books
one person holding the
from-
diamonds.
from the first house. And a
Say
Yeah.
that again.
and a diamond. So I would be willing to trade those books, which were like valued at 25 gold, plus the ring, which was at 25 gold, and a diamond at 100 gold, and the griffin parts for the bracers.
Roll me a persuasion check.
I'll let Arena do it. She's much more.
I'll let you do it with advantage. How about that?
It won't matter.
Well, anyway. Be persuasive. Be persuasive. Yeah, there you go.
There you go. Yeah, he spits on his hand and offers to shake.
Sure.
Oh, you have a deal. Reach up and pull them down and offer you some shiny elemental braces, he says, and he'll go over exactly what they do. So he'll give you an extra little bit of a keen eye when you're trying to shoot at things, and then they do magical things, he says. I've seen these things shoot fire and lightning. I'm sure they'll serve you well.
I believe they will. Thank you, good sir.
Oh, mark off all the crap you just traded away.
Mm-hmm.
Any
I make a pretext of putting them on, and then I just hand them to Ed.
Yeah. Professor, look what I just got. Oh.
Does this thing
So
start
his-
fully charged? Does it start fully charged, by the way?
Yeah, it's not been used for like 2 days. It's been sat inside a caravan.
Okay.
What you saying, Greg?
I said the assumption is if he's had them and they haven't been used, that it only takes like a couple days for them to fully recharge.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So these grab bags, what is the range on these price wise?
Oh, it depends what you're looking for. If you're looking for a simple money pouch, you can have some fine craftsmanship examples for a few copper. If you're looking for something a little bit more interesting, he reaches up and shows you a bag that looks like this one. Oh. Or it's a bag that looks like This one. Oh.
Hmm.
So he lets you hold it. It's just got some beans inside it. Says, be careful with those. Don't drop them. And then
Magic beans, gotcha.
he hands you the bag, and it's sealed. It feels like it's got some lumpy stuff inside it. But when you go to open it and look inside, I'd wait until you've purchased it, my friend. That's a mighty fine bag of tricks.
Interesting. How much is this bag of tricks?
Bag of tricks, eh? Bag of tricks. Let's look how much it is. Why did I close that window?
I don't know.
Basics. Day one basics, Chris. History tab. Oh, roll me a persuasion check.
Persuasion.
Says for this, I mean, it has been used a little bit already, so I can give you a discounted price on it due to its used nature. But I'll sell you this fine example for 150 gold pieces.
Interesting.
Hey, are you looking for anything specific?
I was kind of curious if like any of these appeared to be like bags that had weight to them but didn't seem like they had anything in them. Like something that would almost indicate like a bag of holding.
As you say, a bag of holding. I'm fresh out of bags of holding. He knows. He sounds like he knows what he's talking about. Right, he's a legitimate tradesman.
Okay.
That's
kind of what I was more interested in there.
For my magic bags, I currently have this bag of beans and this bag of tricks.
How much is the bag of beans?
Bag of beans. Well, this one is brand new and is yours for the bargain price of 700 gold.
I'm gonna pass on buying anything today.
Chris, after the gaming session, can you add those bracers to my inventory?
Yeah, I will. I'll build it all properly for you.
Okay, that was it.
So,
thank you.
Are you looking for stuff of more of a mundane nature, or just my magical wares?
Arrows.
Yes, I was gonna say arrows to see it.
Get that quiver and.
Well, yeah, I want to get for that later.
So he pulls down the said quiver, and it's got. When you're looking at it, it looks like it's got just a single arrow sticking out the top of it, and a bow and a javelin. And it says, well, I have the quiver of Alana. And he pulls the arrow out and puts it on the table. But there's still an arrow in the top of the quiver.
Yeah.
And he pulls the arrow out, puts it down. And he repeats this trick like another 5 or 6 times. Says, this thing will hold up to 60 arrows. And then you've got space in these other compartments. So I suppose it's close to what your friend was considering, that extra dimensional space and that he was looking for. But unfortunately, it's more refined into the archery and ranged weapon. Oh, you could fit multiple bows in here. You could fit a quarter. It pulls out. It's the tip of what looks like a javelin. As he's pulling it out, it's actually a polearm. That just wouldn't fit. It's like 3 times as long as the quiver. And it's like just holding his spear. Just like, drops it back in.
How much would you be asking for this?
Roll me a persuasion check.
We've already rolled.
Yeah.
Can I can you're probably just about as persuasive as I am.
But this one, I mean, I can give you the standard price. I'm trying to give you a chance to haggle for it.
Mhm.
So this fine work. I mean, I'll tell you what. Seeing as you're looking like repeat customers, I'll do you the deal and I'll offer it to you for 250 gold, and I'll throw in the contents.
Ooh.
Well, what else? Let's go through the rest of the stuff. If we're gonna make a deal, let's make a big bundle deal.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. So if you ask him, so basically, if you ask him what magical stuff do you have, buddy, it will list it all off for you and tell you what it is, because he knows his words. So he has a bag of beans, a periat of wound closure, a necklace of adaptation, a ring of protection, a bag of tricks, the quiver, and he has potions of healing, a potion of invisibility, some potions of resistance, and a potion of fire breath.
Do you have any,
Mhm.
Pardon?
do you have any old spell books
He does not have any old spell books.
or spells or anything like that?
Spell scrolls?
Yeah.
Oh, I sold my last batch of spell scrolls probably a year ago. But I
Ooh.
haven't had any scrolls come through since. In the market, I'm always looking to get new things.
All right, so who else is interested in what?
Do you
That
want
ring of
to?
protection
So
goes on anybody.
you gain
Yeah.
+1 to your AC and saving throws whilst wearing this ring. The periat of wound closure looks like this. It's a nice
Ooh.
necklace, and it while you wear this pendant, you stabilize whenever you are dying at the start of your turn. In addition, whenever you roll a hit die to regain hit points, double the number of hit points it restores.
That'd be good for
Super
maybe a
useful.
rogue.
Yes.
Yeah.
Who likes to get up personal?
How
But
much
Well,
for
nobody else
everything?
will.
How much for everything?
for everything you say. Well,
Waiting for
okay.
Sean just to straight up attack him.
So you've already bought the braces. You didn't buy anything else yet, right?
Right.
Not yet. Although Chad is eyeing up that bag of tricks.
Yeah.
Okay. All of the potions of what as well?
Just everything. Throw it all in one price.
Okay, so let me get my abacus.
Sean wants to know how much. Sean wants to know how much we're gonna have after he murders this guy.
Yeah, could you put them all just outside of the thing?
Then you see, it's doing some calculations. I should have expected you to try and buy everything, shouldn't I? That was day one basics.
We're just trying to buy
This
buy
one.
time until Chad gets behind him and slits his throat.
Sneak attack.
I
Would you
would.
say that right now Chad's in an advantaged position where he
I can offer you all of these things for 5,000 gold.
Ooh, that's a pretty penny.
Yeah.
So lists off it's a superior healing potion, 2 greater healing potions for common healing potions, a potion of resistance to fire, a potion of resistance to poison, a potion of resistance to necrotic damage, a potion of invisibility, bag of beans, ring of protection, potion of fire breathing, the quiver, the bag of tricks, the parapet of wound closure, and the necklace of adaption.
All right, so if someone's got a plan on how we're conjuring up 5Gs, let me know, because I'm all ears.
Yep,
Will you
the rogue
take an
sneaks up behind him
will
and
you
Gaddafi.
will you take an IOU with interest?
We're good for it. Look at us. We're
If I took IOUs, my friend, I would be collecting on the money you already owe me. But given that I have not mentioned it, I'll pretend you didn't either.
Ooh.
We have heard that you did pay our taxes. How much do we owe you?
Oh, that was not for you, my friends. That was for my my dear friend Esmeralda.
Then why'd you bring it up?
I'm unaware. Do we owe you other monies?
That was sure Esmeralda will be making it all plain to you when you all arrive back.
Oh, goody.
Would you be interested in knowing the windmill?
Only slightly occupied.
A windmill?
Oh, gee.
It's a functioning mill is worth a pretty penny. I'm sure that could be arranged. You are talking about a functioning mill?
Yes.
The bone
It
grinder.
only has a minor occupancy problem dispute.
Well, that's an easy one for him to solve.
This is true.
That old place? Oh. I'm sure I could take the deeds to that land off your hands. That would buy you.
Are we carrying the deeds? Are they back at the house?
That would buy you 1,000 gold.
Still brings us $4,000 short. We're pissing off some.
The necklace for the tree out.
But for just that?
Yeah.
Do you have 500?
So if we take the quiver for 250, that leaves us with 250 left over.
How much for the potions?
Yep, I was gonna say that's probably where I was thinking next.
Oh, you couldn't get all of the potions because there are some fine alchemy.
Need the potions. Like, can make potions when we get back to Barovia.
What else was there? There was a ring.
Yeah, the ring should be the
Ring of Protection and the Necklace of Adaption, which was, while you are wearing this necklace, you can breathe normally in any environment. You have advantage on saving throws made against harmful gases and vapors, such as cloud kill or stinking cloud effects, inhaled poisons, and the breath weapons of some dragons.
Ooh.
That's a pretty specific item.
Yeah, almost like we might need it later.
Yeah.
Only if you don't buy it. Mwah, mwah.
We've upgraded from phase spiders to dragons.
My inclination would be at least the ring.
What do we have in diamonds? And I'm asking this not in front of this guy, which is kind of offhand to the party. What do we have in diamonds and gems?
So, cut so far, you have a 15 gold piece sapphire. Then you've got potential values of like
I don't
maybe another like 3,000. But
trade these diamonds away. That seems we're just gonna end up having to buy diamonds for your revivify spell, so why would we give them up?
Well, the goal here is to try to get a ring and a necklace.
Ring and a necklace. I don't know what do you want? Do you want the necklace of adaptation?
Well, I think it'd be good for someone to have it. And the ring of protection is always just a good thing to have for somebody.
How much does he want
Yeah,
for protection?
agreed.
the ring
Oh,
of
and the
protection.
quiver, I think he's counting into it too.
No, it's-
Yeah,
Oh,
you've
I've already assumed we got that.
I've put those aside for you already. The ring of protection is that was 1,000 gold.
yeah, I don't think it's worth 1,000 gold. +1 ring of protection is not worth 1,000 gold. When we're getting a quiver of Thlona for 250 gold.
What's the official title? Quiver of what?
Ethlona. EHLONNA.
Gotcha.
Well, I say we just settle up and move on.
I would be willing to trade him the deed for the quiver, the pre-apt, and he could give us 200 gold.
Do you have any other magical things that you might be willing to part with? Maybe
Yeah.
stuff that you're not too concerned about. I say I'm looking to stock up on my word. If I sell you everything, my friends, I will have nothing for the upcoming sales, will I? I don't
Yeah,
want to
Yeah, then you could
arrive.
just.
Is that not the point of the?
Yeah, I was gonna say then you could just party all weekend.
I mean that's my offer to him. I'll take 200 gold, the quiver, and the pre-apt, and I'll give him the deed to the windmill.
I don't think he was
He
expecting us to give
will
up the windmill.
he will offer you a potion of invisibility instead of a 200 gold.
Ooh.
Potion of visibility, sadly. I could use the coins. We're gonna have to find accommodation when we get into town. Have plundered our resources.
I saw my sapphire.
I'll give you I'll give you 100 gold.
You already said that the deed was worth 1,000, and we're trading him for 750 worth of stuff.
These were prices assuming you were going to be taking more.
150 gold.
Done.
Okay.
Cool. Now I need to know what my quiver does and what the hell's in it.
You
I'll look at that
have
later.
Quiver.
it's a
Get up with
the
staves and wands. No, I'm kidding.
there are 3 quiver. So the compartment. I can't even speak. The quiver has 3 compartments that each connect to different extra dimensional spaces. They can hold numerous items, and it will never weigh more than 2 pounds. So the shortest compartment can hold up to 60 arrows, bolts, or similar objects. The mid-sized compartment can hold up to 18 javelins or similar objects. The longest compartment can hold up to 6 long objects, such as bows, quarterstaffs, or spears. You can draw
You said
any item.
6 of those?
Yeah. You can draw any item from a quiver that the quiver contains, as if doing so from a regular quiver or scabbard.
Gotcha.
So that's
You
what I
said
can
there were-
hold.
Yeah.
Didn't say
that
it was
what I was
full.
getting. Well, he also said the contents, and I've seen him pull stuff out of it. So I'm
You
kind of
saw him pull
a few
8.
arrows.
You saw him pull 8 arrows out of it, 1
Mhm.
spear,
Okay.
and a bow.
Oh, whatever. I mean, for 200 gold for itself.
Yeah.
Is that
It's got 10 arrows in it. So when when you put your hand in and think about pulling all of the arrows out, they all come out.
Okay,
So
gotcha.
we pull 10 out, and there's no arrow sitting at the top of it.
Gotcha.
What's in the other two compartments?
So he didn't actually pull the spear all the way out. He just lifted it out and then dropped it back in. So it's just a spear in that one. And it's a bow, which is just like an old hunting bow. And then there is a it looks kind of like a crossbow, but a bit heavy. So it's a heavy crossbow. You guys saw a heavy crossbow already. It's fine.
Gotcha. But no bolts.
Might as well take the heavy crossbow out of it and the spear out of it, because you're probably never going to use them. You can actually store your sword in the spear.
Well,
Total-
that's exactly what I was thinking about doing, is putting that in there.
Until
And
we
then
find a place to sell those weapons he ain't going to use, you might as well just leave them in there for now.
Well, yeah, that was kind of like my thought process, but maybe they might come in handy at some point in time.
Who's getting the pendant of not being dead?
I was going to keep it, since I gave them the deed.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm not so concerned about the not being dead thing
It's a hit die being doubled. I know.
as the healing twice as much when I take a rest.
Yeah.
That's more relevant.
Okay, so he'll ask you if you'd like to join him partaking in some lunch before he continues on to the city.
Sure.
Yeah, why not? Lunch sounds good. Well traded.
Yeah, so he closes up the front end of a cart and then goes to the back wagon. And as you look at that, it's got more like standard tradable goods. It's like bales of corn and wheat and different bread stuffs. And
Before he closes up, does he have like any standard arrows in there that I can help fill up on?
no, you asked him that already.
Oh, damn it.
That was when he got the quiver right.
It was when I found the Fletcher in town. I was going to trade him the heavy crossbow for as many arrows as we could get for it.
That sounds like a fair trade. I think
I mean, it's good, but it's not really something I don't think any of us would really use.
he can have the old hunting bow too.
Yeah. You may actually want to keep the bow just in case something happens to yours.
As a backup? Okay. All right, that's fair.
Exposed, right? So you may want to keep it just to be safe. You never know. You might, break your bowstring or something might happen. Or
Mm-hmm. Yep. No, I understand. I'm picking up what you're putting down.
Just got to start doing that with your arrows from now on. You tend to forget.
So
I say we got.
It's because I'm a horrible DM who makes you track your arrows. It's fine.
I have not said that, and I've been keeping track.
I know, and I'm enjoying it. And that's all that matters.
Okay, so that number goes up by 10 because I gained 10 arrows in that exchange.
Yeah.
Woo.
So Sean's still there? He's been quiet.
Yep, nope. I don't have any money, so I'm not worried about it.
Yeah,
Didn't stop you from acquiring a mace.
I have no idea what you're talking about. I set my mace down and I picked up a mace.
That's right.
So it offers you all some bread and some hard cheese, and asks what news you bring.
Yeah, now I'm questioning how much, if any, information we should divulge to this person.
Well, we can tell you there's a few less spiders in the forest.
Oh, They tend to stay within the bounds. I'm sure if you hadn't have gone walking through, it would have left you alone.
Yeah, but we were exploring the world since we are new here.
He looks over at Arena. What about you, my dear? Don't suppose there would have been any interest in parting with that fine blade you have there? She'll look down. She almost forgot it was there, to be honest. And oh, it was a gift. It would probably be rude to trade it away so frivolously. You you see him give her a wry smile and a nod. And okay, well, if you ever feel like parting with it, please consider me. I'll give it a good home. Says, as will I.
Sure he will.
As will I.
Sure he will. Any questions for him? Any conversation? Any exposition you would like to try and glean? What does he know about the town? I mean, he mentioned some sort of festival. We weren't even aware of that.
Oh, but well, as you will soon learn, the what's his name again? The Burgermeister, Baron Vargas. He's a quite a fan of his festivals. He believes that it will keep the people happy, and the happy people will keep Lord Strad at bay. But he tends to run something every week, which, I mean, I'm a fan of a festival as much as the next man, but it can become quite tiresome if you spend too much time here.
Games. Years and years of games.
Everybody in this town is super good at skee-ball.
Arena will ask him, how did Barovia fare in the tax collections? I know my brother was concerned that there was a little bit of ugliness, but for the most part, everyone paid. The gallows weren't overly used.
Ooh.
Damn poor people.
Less poor people now, it's fine. It's a problem that solves itself. You guys like notice there are lots of empty houses. I don't know.
Hey, maybe we can core the market and move in on those too. Slowly we'll own this fucking town.
As long as you can pay the taxes on all of the houses, you'll be fine.
That's right.
Yeah. He'll finish up, and so have you got any plans in Valaki?
Just exploring. Heard it was the biggest town, decided we were going to go and take a look-see.
Arena will say she's hoping to speak to Father Lucian at St. Andrews. But other than that, no real plans. Well, shall we ride in together? I'm known at the gates here, so it may make your entry easier.
Sounds like a good idea.
Sounds like a great idea.
I'll pass you off as my my caravan guards. As you say, the roads can be dangerous.
Well, we appreciate that. Thank you.
Oh, think nothing of it, my friends. For you, I would put myself out. He gives Arena a smile.
Mildly suspicious.
He smiled at Esmeralda. It smiles at lots of women. It's fine.
Yeah.
He smiles at 66% of the women you've seen him interact with.
Yep.
So Arena is, as she's finishing up the conversation, she is going to buy a potion of healing off him now. She's got some
Probably
gold.
a good call. Oh, watch him not charge her.
I'm marking it down. Go, chill out. She can't afford a good one. She's just going to get a standard one. Okay. So, so you follow a road around, meanders into a valley over dark brooding mountains to the north and south. The woods recede, revealing a sullen mountain berg surrounded by a wooden palisade. Thick fog presses up against the walls as though looking for a way inside, hoping to catch the town aslumber. The dirt road ends at a set of sturdy iron gates with a pair of shadowy figures standing behind them. Planted in the ground and flanking the road outside the gates are half a dozen pikes with wolves' heads impaled on them.
Sounds like a friendly village.
Yep.
Nice warm place.
Yep. Oh, he stops at the gate and you see the guards will come forwards, and once they recognize him, they'll give him a polite nod, and then the gates will open, and you are allowed entry with no questions asked.
Woo!
So
Always
much for that
best.
concern.
Okay. The guards stand aside. They're pretty fastidious and stood wait as soon as the back of the cart comes through. Assuming you guys are keeping pace with that, they close the gates immediately.
Mm-hmm.
This is just after lunchtime, so the gates are still kept closed.
It's a bad things out there that they got to keep the gates closed even in the daytime.
It is, isn't it?
I wonder. So, I should. There we go. This one. And I'm going to assume you guys won't be able to see anything because I've not looked at this page yet. There we go.
Ooh.
Ooh, look at the size of this town.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah,
I
you
take it
came
this
in
is
through these
the
gates.
holy place over here. Yeah.
Yeah. That's the church over there.
This is where, yeah, that, yep. Well, luckily, it looks like if we just stay on the main road, we'll get there.
Yep. And Vakili will tell you that he's going to be setting up in the town square where the rest of the caravans tend to park. But if you're looking for somewhere,
This over here.
give me a sec. Let me finish finding this bit. He says if you're looking for somewhere to stay and maybe find information, you could do worse than the Blue Water Inn, which he says is
Okay.
pretty much in the center of town up here.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Yep, I say we.
So the place he's setting up, is it this one over here?
Mhm. I will tell you in a moment.
Oh, okay.
Because the book's laid out really well.
So yeah, I was like looking at a couple spots, and I'm like, which one would be the square?
So there, that's not the square. So he said that's his stockyard,
Okay.
and you do see there are some wagons parked up there, but says that he might have to return there depending on what the Burgermeister's decision is. But he likes to try and get set up early because he wants a prime spot to try and move his wares.
Mm.
Okay, and unless you guys have got anything else you want to ask this gentleman about, we will call it there.
No, I think we're good.
No.
Okay. So we'll
I
pick
can't
up.
wait to try my new toys. I can't wait to try out my new toys.
We'll pick up next week with you guys leaving the caravan and going where you want to go in town. But yeah, if you think of anything you wanted to ask him, to let me know.
Of course.
Yeah, that's it. Thanks.